All of you, welcome back to your first ever Solana Mastery project in which you're going to build your own decentralized voting DApp on the Solana blockchain using Rust Anchor framework for writing the smart contract, Web3.js and Next.js as a front end. So let me give you the complete walkthrough that what are the feature and functionality we have included and how every single thing would work, how the user can register, how the admin can approve, how the transaction and they can perform the voting. So when the user will come back to our application, this is what exactly they will see. We have this stunning interface where user can interact with all the element, all the part of our application. So the very first section we have is our header section. We have the logo, we have a different pages: home, voter, candidate, result, profile, admin. Currently I'm connected with the admin account, that's why this one is visible, but if the user will connect, it will be hidden. We have our wallet, so user can click and disconnect and they can connect the wallet. We have our hero section where we are displaying that what type of application it is. So it's a Solana Blockchain Decentralized Voting DApp. Here we have a quick action button, so user can go back to the create vote or they can go back to their profile. This one is dynamic. If they have not registered themselves, they have to go to the registration page. And right now you will find that the voting is already started. So I have set the voting type to for 1 day, but you can set any voting period. Here you will find the overall stats. So currently I have registered one candidate as a voter and one candidate as a candidate who contesting in this particular election. So here you will find that how many users will give the vote. That's all is given. Currently the status is active, and here we are providing all the details about our application. So it's a decentralized voting system which has a secure, transparency, light speed and real-time data which is coming from the smart contract. We are providing this how it's worked. Here we have some quick to action and we have the footer section. So this is the complete home page we have. Now let's come back to the voter page. If I click here, or you can simply click here, I'll click on the voter page. I'll come back to the voter section. Find that one user has already got registered into the account. That's why you can see. And I have used the same account for doing the registration. And my account is got approved. All the KYC details which I have provided is got approved. That's why it's reflecting here. This is the approved profile for the voter. So we are providing all the detail, the address, the about us, the messages, and when they use this user will give the vote, it's going to be reflecting here. If I come back to the candidate, currently we have one candidate who got the approval from the admin. So you can easily able to search and you will find the details about the candidate and you can able to cast your vote. I'll tell you how you can do that. So this is the candidate. If you come back to the result, so right now you will find that only one candidate is got approved and there is no vote is given, but we're going to give vote and every single thing would be updated dynamically. If you come back to the profile, so I have already done the registration from this particular account, which is the admin. So you can register as a voter or as a candidate, or you can do in the both ways. So I have registered as a party voter, which is the new party. If I come back to the candidate, and this is the candidate which I have uploaded and it's approved. If I want to do the editing and update in the profile, I can simply come back here and I can perform, but this is only allowed before you got the approval. If you come back to the admin, then you will find the details about all the smart contract on all the transaction is happening. So total voter, total candidate, approved voter, approved candidate, the contract information. If you want to control the smart contract, you can simply set the timing which you have to do when you will deploy the contract, change the ownership or reset, and here you will find the voters and the candidate. So this is the complete and all the pages we have in our application. Now let's try to perform couple of action. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and let's try to change my wallet address and let's register a couple of user and couple of candidates. So I'll simply give a reload after changing the candidate. So I'm connected with a different account and you will see that this is dynamic. So I can register as a voter or as a candidate. So let's click on this, register as a voter, and you will come back here. So first I'm going to register. So I'll simply click here and I'll say chat DApp and I can give the description. I can come back here and I'm going to upload the image. So I'll go to select this one, chat application tab, and it's going to select me the profile and all of these details looks good. Now I can click on this registration and here we are performing the transaction and it's going to call our phantom wallet and we have to confirm it. So let's click here and you can see I'm getting this stimulation because we are not doing a stimulation on the Devnet. So simply ignore this one. Now click on this confirm. And once the transaction is confirmed, you will find that this user is registered as a voter and currently it's in the pending. And if I come back here, I can register as a candidate as well. I can click here. Let's provide the same details because it's the same user, or you can provide any other details. There is no problem. You can provide different images. There is no problem in that, but I'll simply select the same data. I'll click on this register, and this user would be registered as a candidate for the election. So just wait. Let's click on this continue, click on this confirm, and the transaction in the pending. Once the transaction will complete, this user is registered successfully. So we have registered this user and looks good. Right now it's in the pending. If I want to do the update in the profile, I can do that. So I can simply come back here. So I'll say app, or you can type anything. You can change the message, or let's change this double, and I can come back here. Let's upload the same image, or you can put any other image, but you can update the profile. So here we are calling the function, and just wait. Once we'll get the confirmation from the MetaMask, like Phantom Wallet, let's click here, click on this confirm, and now it's writing the data on the blockchain. And finally we did the confirmation and changes. So if I come back to the voter, you will find that it's got changed. If I come back to the candidate, you will find that it's got changed. Chat app, and we have put more detail in the about section. So that's how user can update their profile. Now let's do one more registration from a different account. So I'll come back here so I can show you all the transactions. So I'll simply give a reload, because I have changed my account, and you will find that I haven't registered. That's why I automatically got redirected to the home page. Let's register it one more time. I'll click here. I'll say this one to be play to on, and I'll give this description. Click here and select this play to earn game, and click on this registration. Here the transaction is happening. Let's confirm the transaction. Click here, click on confirm, and the transaction is confirmed. Just wait, and finally the user is registered. It's in the pending. I can come back here and I can do the registration as a candidate. Let me do that quickly. I'll give the description, upload here, select, click on open, and click on this registration, and the transaction is happening. I have to simply give the confirmation, click on confirm, and the transaction will be completed. And here we got it. Now you see that if you want to update, you can simply come back here and update the profile, but this account is in the pending. If I come back to the voter, you will find the details that only one approval we got it, and currently it's showing your stats. So you have created an account and it's in the pending. If you come back to the candidate, you will find that currently we have this one is approved, two is pending. So you can simply give a reload. So it's going to reload all the approval you have done latestly. So you can come back here, go back here, and you can see only this one got approved and this two is in the pending. So now you have to get the approval from the admin. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here. I can go to the account number 3, which is the admin. I'll simply click on the reload, and just a moment. Right now you can see it's loading the data. It's in the pending, and click on this admin, and here I will find all the details. So it's 3, 3, 2, 2 is pending, and 1, 1 is approved. So I'll simply come back here. You will find the details about the pending and the approval. That's all is there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to complete this pending one. You can reject or you can approve. It's totally up to you. So I'll simply approve because I want to show you the voting. So I'll simply give the same message, but you can type whatever message you have. So just wait. Let's click on this confirm, click on this confirm, and here the transaction is happening. And finally we have approved that. Let's approve this one. Let's click on this confirm, and the transaction is happening. Click on confirm, and once we'll get the confirmation, the candidate would be so is approved. All the 3 voter is got approved. Perfect. Now I can come back here and let's approve the candidate. So I'll simply call this and click on this confirm, and click on this confirm, and here we have approved that. Now let's do the approve to the next one. I'll simply click here and let's click on this confirm. Click here and click on confirm. So we have approved all the voters and all the candidates. All the voters and all the candidates are successfully approved, and that's what you can see. If you come back to the voter, then you will find all of them are approved and well reflecting. If you come back to the candidates, they are there. So I can simply come back here and I can able to give the vote, cast your vote. So I can give vote to any user. If I come back to the candidates, here I will find all the candidate and I can see the stat that how many vote they have got. So I simply come back here and let's try to give my vote. So I will go to decentralized voting. So I'll simply click here, click and it's going to perform the transaction. Click on confirm and I have given my vote. Just wait. And finally I have given my vote and this candidate got one vote. If I come back to the candidate section, you can see this progress bar went up. If you go to the results, there you will find that currently we got one vote. Total candidate we have 3, and this is the leading who got one vote, and these are the other 3 candidates. So those who will get the highest vote, they will be have on top. So I'll simply come back here. I can simply change my account to account 2 and let's try to cast a vote. So I'll simply come back here and I can go back to the voters and I can see this is the one. I can give the vote to the same. I can click on this and let's click on this, click on confirm, and I will be given my vote to this one. So this user got 2 votes. The notification is there. I can come back here. I can go back to the account number 1 and I can give my vote to the candidate. So I'm registered, come back to the voter, and this is 2 vote. I can give this to this one. You can give vote to any candidate. Let's click on confirm and the transaction would be completed. So it's a really powerful. I hope you can understand that how every single thing is coming together and how you can call all of the function. So total 2 votes cast is, you can see 3. Every single thing is dynamic. This got 2. This is the leading one. This got 1 and this got 0. If you come back to the profile, there you will have all the details. If you go back to the candidate, there you will have all the details about the candidate and how many votes they have got in term percentage, all of these details. If you go back to the voter list, you have given your vote, so that's why you can see we're not getting any option to give more vote. If you come back to the home, there you will find the data about the vote casting. So total voter 3, total candidate 3, 2 vote casted, and here you will find all the details. So every single thing is looking good. I hope you have understood that how powerful this application is. If you check the responsiveness of this application, this is how it's going to look on a mobile device. You can make a small, you will have this drop down, looks absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. If I go back to the admin account, you will see that we are getting all the stats about the smart contract and all the voting is happening in the contract. So if I come back here in the admin, you will find all the stats. We have all of these variables, the candidates, they have given their vote. You can easily able to see that how many votes they have got it. And if you want to change the honor, you can do that, but I would suggest you not to do it, because if you change it, you will lessen down your credibility. And if you want to reset every single thing, so you can simply do that, but the data is going to be there. So this is the emergency function which will destroy the entire smart contract. So let's do it, because we have already done with all the testing. So let's confirm this one, and here we have it. The transaction is in the process and we are destroying the contract. So let's click on this and every single thing would be destroyed and we have reset the contract. You can come back here, you can reload the page, you will find the data is going to be there. Now you will get your vote to be casted because you have already done the registration. If you come back here, you will see the voting is ended and no one can able to give the vote. So this one is really powerful. I hope you have understood that what are the feature and functionality we have included and how this entire decentralized voting tab would work. You have all the control over the smart contract, over the profile, over the results, over the candidate, over the voters, over the voting rights, and updating the profile. That's all is there. Now let me provide you all the assets which you need to develop this application, including the smart contract and the entire front-end architecture. So to get that, you can come back to the blockchain coder. There you will find all the project which we have developed on a channel. We have developed more than 100 plus project. So make sure to log in, and once you will log in, you will get this option source code, and you will come back here, and here you will find all the 100 plus project we have developed. We have close to 40 projects related to Solana. So make sure to check this one. I will also provide you the link in the description, so you can click and you can come back straight away. So let's click here, go back to the recent, and this is the one we have. Click on it. You will come back here, and here you will find the complete overview. So this final video which I'm recording, that's what I'm going to attach here. You can click on the starter file and you will come back to the GitHub. Here you will find all the images, all the architecture, all the folder, and all the technology which we are using. That's all you will have. So you can simply go through each one of the models, each one of the package, and try to understand the architecture we have used. Now let me show you that once you will get the final source code, how you have to do the setup. So you can come back here and you can simply get the final source code, and when you will take it, you will give your valuable contribution. Now let me show you how you have to do the complete setup in the project and run and deploy the contract and do the testing. Once you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract the zip file and you will get this folder in which you will have the complete source code of the project which you have seen in the demo with all the contract, all the logic. And this is the folder you have to open in your VS Code. So let's click on the VS Code, go back to open, go back to desktop, and there I have kept my folder. So I'll simply select and click on open. Now let me give you a complete walkthrough of the entire architecture and all the code structure we have used in this particular project. So it would be easy for you to do all the navigation and setup part. So the very first folder we have in our project is this component, in which you will find all the component for our application. So you don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. Just test the way I'm doing it. Once you test every single thing as it is, after that you can do all the experiments. So the very first thing we have is the candidate card. Keep every single thing as it is. It's all dynamic. Now come back to the footer. This is the footer section we have. We have the header, we have the layout, we have the loader, model, status badge, and voter card. So every single thing is well optimized. Just keep it as it is. Close this one. Close the component. The next one we have is the context, in which you will find all the logic we have developed which allow us to communicate with the smart contract and performing all the transaction. So just keep it as it is. Every single thing is working fine, well optimized. That's the context we have. Let's close this one, come back to the contract, and this one is the most important thing. So all the logic which you have seen, all the transactions which you have seen, that's all coming from here. We are storing all of the data, performing the transaction, tracking down the user profile, counting the vote, handling the error. That's all we have. So every single thing is well optimized. You don't need to make any changes. Just test, but I would suggest you to give some time and try to study the logic we have implemented. So this is the entire contract we're going to deploy soon. Just wait. Close this one, close this one. Come back to the lib file. There you will find this idle file. And this is the JSON file of our smart contract. So once you will deploy your smart contract, you will get the JSON file, and that's what you have to provide here. ABI of your contract, and that's what you can see. Just keep it as it is. Close this one. Close this one, come back to the pages, and it's a multi-page application. So the very first one we have is just app.js. There you will find that we have done the global wallet configuration. That's what we have done here. Here we have the wallet configuration, and here we have used the context management and the toaster to wrap our application to provide all the details. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. We have the admin page. Keep it as it is, where admin can control the entire smart contract, like approval, disapproval, changing the date, updating the date. That's all we have. We have the candidate, we have the index file, we have the profile, we have the result, we have the vote.js. So every single thing is dynamic. Just keep it as it is. Close this one, close this one. Come back to the public, have an image, but you can keep all the assets which you have inside this public, and you can simply display in the front end. So close this one, come back to the style file, and this is the complete CSS we have coded for this particular project. So just keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is working perfectly. So close this one, come back to the utils. There you will find that we are using the constant, in which we have some state variable like approval, rejection, pending, status model, contract addresses, admin, RPC endpoint, status. That's all we have. So just keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. We have the helper function, where we can simply converting it, the timing, checking the address, sorting the address, displaying the date. That all we have. Then we have the pinata, in which we have the complete logic which allow us to upload the document to the IPFS, and we are using pinata for it. It's absolutely free. So we can upload JSON data, we can upload file, we can get the data, we can read it. That's all we have. Keep it as it is. Close this one. Close this one. Now come back to the most important thing, and all the changes, all the variables which you have to put here in this environment variable. So click here, and here you have to provide your details. We're going to get these details together. Just wait. So you have to get your program ID for your smart contract. Once you will deploy, you will get it, and that's what you have to provide here. And here you have to provide your wallet address which you will use for deploying the contract, and here you have to provide your pinata credential like API key, secret key, and JWT token. So this is all the variable we're going to get it together. Simply close this one. This is the get ignore. Leave it as it is. We have the next config file. Keep it as it is. We have the packages on file, and we are using the most stable version of the packages. So no matter when you are developing, it will work absolutely fine. So just keep it as it is. You can simply do all the check of the packages. Industry standard, we are using it. So close this one. Come back to the post CSS, keep it as it is. We have the readme file. There you will find all the details about the project and all the important links which you can have a look. So just keep it as it is. As long as you will follow this video till the end, you will understand every single thing. Come back to the Tailwind, and this is the Tailwind configuration we have done. So I hope you have understood the complete folder and file structure we have used in this particular project and what model architecture we are using. So now the very first thing we have to do is to deploy our smart contract and get the environment variable. So if you come back here in the contract, you will find that this is the huge contract we have, and this is the contract we're going to deploy. And I'm going to use Solana Playground, which is absolutely fine to deploy all the content. So I'll come back to the browser and let's open a new tab and type Solana Playground. So make sure you should always search Solana Playground in your Google, and then you can come back here in this particular link and click, because there are multiple fake Solana Playground. If you connect with the fake one, they're going to withdraw all the fund from your wallet. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. So click here and you will come back to the official Solana Playground. Right now you can see I don't have any project. So first thing you have to do is to do the setup of your project, and we're going to use Solana Anchor framework. So I'll simply click on this create, and I'm going to create a project. So let's call this voting DApp, and I'm going to select this Anchor Rust framework and click on this create. Once you will click on that, it's going to create a repository for you, and here you will find some dummy code which we're going to simply remove, and we're going to paste our smart contract. So come back here. This is the entire smart contract we have. Simply select all and copy, and that's what you have to paste here. And you will find that this is the complete contract we have to deploy, and I'm deploying to the Solana Devnet. And when I will compile the contract, this particular program ID, which is the unique identifier of my smart contract, and that's what I'm going to provide in my environment variable. So that's the first thing. Once you paste, make sure to save the code, and you will find that I'm going to use my wallet. This is internal wallet, and I have enough fund. So let's close this one. What I will do, I'll come back here, click on this build, and it's going to generate the ABI and the idle file and the deployment model. So click here, build, and here it's compiling. Just wait. Once the compilation will complete, you are ready to deploy the smart contract, and you can able to get the idle file, means the ABI of your smart contract. So just wait. And finally, you can see that I'm getting this error because I made a lot of requests to the compiler. So whenever you get this error, all you have to do is to simply give a quick reload and save it, and just give a one more try. Click on this build, and it's going to recompile it. So this is a very natural behavior you will get when you will try to interact with a compiler. Just give some time. Soon it will compile, and we're going to deploy the contract. And finally, we have compiled our contract. You can see build successful. The moment you will get the confirmation, you will get this deploy button, and you will find that this address will also change. Now we have to deploy the contract. So click on this deploy, and it's going to perform the transaction. So just a moment, just hit enter, and you will find that our contract is deploying. Just a moment. Simply ignore this warning. The main thing you have to focus on the CLI. It's deploying, because we have the stimulation on the devnet. So sometimes it's a response, sometimes it's not a response. That's not the important thing. Simply ignore that one and just wait. Soon you will get the confirmation for the deployment. And finally, our contract is deployed. If you click here, you will come back to the Explorer, and there you will find all the details about the transaction we have performed, all the execution model we have interacted during the deployment, and that's all the logs which you will find. So our contract is successfully deployed on the Solana Devnet. Now the very first thing you have to do is to simply select the entire contract, and that's what you have to paste here. So simply remove and paste here. So we got this updated contract. This is the only thing got updated. So I'll simply close this one. Now we have to get our environment variable. So you can simply copy your address, the program ID for your contract from here. I'll simply come back here and paste the program ID. Then I have to get the address of my wallet. So this is the wallet I have. So I'm going to simply copy it, and that's what I'm going to paste here. I got the address of my wallet and the program ID. Now I can get the idle file. So I already have this one. So I'll simply delete this old idle file, and let's minimize this one. So I can simply import, like let's close this one, come back here, import the idle file from here. And I got it. Now what I will do, I'll simply come back to my code editor. I'll go back here. I'll go back to download, and there I have it. I'll simply drag and drop right up here. So and I will give the save. And this is the idle file we got it. So we have done the most important thing. We have deployed our contract. We got the addresses. Now we have to get our Pinata credential, which allow us to upload the document to the IPFS. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here. Let's close this one. We don't need this one anymore. Close here. Type Pinata Cloud. It's absolutely powerful platform which allow you to interact with the decentralized IPFS, and it's free to use. So make sure to create your account, verify your account, and make sure to check all of this. They have tons of feature they are providing. So I'll simply log in because I already have my account, but you As a new creator, make sure to create your account, verify your account, then you will have the valid credential. So I'll simply log in, and here I'm into my dashboard. I haven't created any API key, but I have uploaded couple of files. So I'll simply come back here to the API key, and then you will find that I have an empty API key. So I'll simply click here, new key, and here I'm going to give the name. So I'll say voting DApp. Click on this admin because I want to have the access of all the feature. Now click on this create, and it's going to create the project. So you will have all of this credential which we need. So first you have to copy the API key. Simply copy that one, and that's what you have to provide, API key. We got that. Now we have to get the secret key, copy, and that's what we have to provide. Now we have to get this JWT, copy, and that's what we have to provide. So we got all of this environment variable. Again, I'm telling you, you have to use your own API key, because after this project I'm going to delete it, so it will not work. It's absolutely free to use it, so make sure to use your own API key. So we got this one. Now if we come back to the package.json file, we have to do the installation of these packages. These are the well established and stable package we have. So this is the one we have to install. So to install, we have to open up our terminal, and if I show you my node version, I'm using the latest node version, so it will work absolutely fine. If I show you my npm version, I have the latest version, so there is no problem if you're using the latest version. So make sure to be on the same stage. So every single thing is looking good. Now what I will do, I'll simply install the packages. Type npm I, hit enter, and it's going to do the installation of the package. This might take a little bit time depending on your internet speed, your system configuration. So just wait, don't touch it, just wait. Once the installation will complete, then we are ready to test our application. And you can see that I'm getting a couple of deprecated messages. Simply ignore that. It's not that important because we are focusing on stability. So no matter when you are developing this project, after 5 years, 10 years, as long as you follow this video and use the exact version, every single thing would be absolutely fine. So we are getting this warning. Simply ignore that. It's not that important because every single thing is getting controlled by the smart contract. So what I will do, I'll simply clear up my terminal. Now we are ready to start the application. So this is the command we have to execute, the dev one. So we type npm run dev, hit enter, and it's going to start our application on localhost 3000. Simply copy. Now come back to the browser. I'll simply close this one, open a new tab, paste here, and hit enter, and you will find that our application is got started. And you can see the application got started and every single thing is working absolutely fine. So this is the home page. If I come back to the voter page, I'm not registered at the moment. I have to register. If I come back to candidate, there is no user. If I come back to the result, there is no user. If I go back to the profile, I have to create my account either candidate or voter, or I can create both. If I come back to the admin, and you will find that this is the admin dashboard. Right now, the very first thing we have to do is to initialize our smart contract. That's why you are getting this options. Once you will initialize, every single thing would be activated and you are ready to start registration and taking vote. So that's what we have here. So what I will do, if I come back here, if I switch my account to show you with a different account, that this is the dynamic approach we have added. If I give a reload, you will find the admin is gone and I'm not the admin, but I try to access the admin panel. So this is how the user will see. So I can come back here, go back to the admin, so I can initialize the contract so the user can start registration in this. So click on this admin, and this is the first function I have to call. So let's click on this initialize contract. Click on this initialize contract and it's going to initialize, and I have to simply confirm the transaction. And finally the contract is successfully initialized, and you will find all the details, contract information, your address, and here we have this voting start or end. You can see we are going with the default date, but you have to set that how you want to execute the voting. So I can set the period. So first is going to be the starting date. I can come back here, I will take this today's date and I will take the today's time. I'll come back here, I'll take the 17 and I will take the ending is going to be this. Now I have to simply click on this set period, and it's going to perform the transaction and set the variable in the smart contract. Now click on this confirm, and once the contract will be set for that specific duration for registering and doing the vote. So you can see we have successfully set the duration of the vote. In the same way, you can simply change the ownership or you can simply reset, but don't do this. Okay. And right now we don't have any candidate and voter as a register, because when the voter or candidate will register, we as an admin have to verify their account. So I'll simply come back here and go back to the voter section and let's try to register. You can come it from here or you can do it from here, or you can simply go back here and you can click on this register and it will take you as a voter. Now I can simply register. I can paste here. let's call the name, I'll say coders. I can give my description, and I can simply come back here and I'm going to upload this. I have provided all the details. Now click on this register and you will find the transaction is happening. And just a moment, soon our phantom wallet will open, and you can see we are getting this one because the phantom wallet tried to do the stimulation by default, but we don't want that. So let's keep it as it is. Click on this confirm, and the transaction would be completed and the voter would be registered. And you can see you have registered successfully yourself. In the same way, you can come back to the profile. You can go back to the register as a candidate because you have the voting right and you have the right to step into the election. So I'll simply click here. Let's provide this one. I'll say coders. I'll give the description. I can pick the same profile because it's the same candidate. But if you're getting up for any particular party, you have to put your party logo. So just wait. Soon the transaction will complete and we'll have this one. So click on this confirm. And here we have registered. You can see the image profile is also looking beautiful. Here we have the voter profile. That's all is there. If you want to do any update, you can click here and you can perform the update. So if I want to change the image, I can simply do that. I'll go with this. If I wish, I can do that. Or I can change the name as well. So I'll simply come back here. Let's say new tea party, and let's put the same one more time so you can understand. So I'll simply click on this upload, and it's going to make a call to a smart contract and perform the transaction. So let's click on this confirm, and the transaction is happening, and here we have done the update new party. Now if I come back to the admin account, you will find that I have to give a quick reload, and you will find the data would be reload successfully. I can come back to the admin and you will find the data is reflecting that we have one candidate and one voter, and the data is going to be reflecting here. So this is the one it's reflecting. If I go back to the candidate, I can see. If I go back to the voter, I can see. First thing I have to do as an admin to check their document and verify their account, their registration. So if I come back to the voter candidate, right now it's not reflecting. If I come back to the candidate, I can see, but it's in the pending. When I will approve this one, it will be approved. So I can simply come back here. Let's try to approve the voter first. So I'll simply click here, approve, and I can give the approval message. So I'll simply give this dummy text and I can click on this confirm, and this account would be approved by admin. So let's click on this confirm, and here we have the approve. We have approved that successfully. Now we have one, which is the candidate is waiting for our approval. So I'll simply come back here. If I come back here, this one is approved. The status is changed. If I come back here, we have this one more approval left. I'll simply click here and I can give the message. You can type any message. Click on confirm and click on this confirm, and the approval is done. Now both the account and candidate is approved. Now if you come back to the voter, you will find your data is reflecting fine, and here you got the message that your voter registration is pending by the admin, please wait. So you can simply give a reload, and you will find that your account is successfully approved and activated. Approved and activated. Now you can come back to the candidate. You will find that you are also approved. So every single thing is looking good. I hope you have understood that how you have to do the setup and how you have to perform the transaction, how you can give the vote, so you can register more candidates just like that, and then they can simply start giving the vote to one another. So this is very important. I hope you have understood every single feature and functionality we have included, that how you have to do the testing of the contract, how you can deploy, how you can create voter registration, how you can check the result, profile. Every single thing is looking wonderful. That's the only thing I want to explain. I hope now you know how you have to do the setup, when you will get the final source code, and what are the things you have to put in your code base to get deployment, testing, and uploading all of this data. So that's the only thing from my end. If you have any more question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely try to help you in that. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.